Welcome guys to the 2019 Lexus ES 350 Escape Training / Launch event that Lexus employees throughout the United States have been attending. I recently attended mine this past week in Kansas City, and it was a great time. It was my first training event for Lexus on a new vehicle. I've only been working for Lexus for almost a couple months now. So it was really exciting for me to be able to see a new product and see how Lexus, because I know how they love attention to detail. Everything they do is quality. And so I was super excited just to see what the whole training event was. So the training event for the new ES was at Hilton Garden Inn in the Kansas City area. And so walking up to the hotel, all right, so we have this nice beautiful Lexus sign. And then I'll just kind of, it's a big slideshow, so I'll just go through all the pictures with you. So the sign outside tells you to come inside. You get through the first doors and there's this huge banner here. Beautiful artwork. And we keep going and there's just more signs. Hey, registration is this way. Okay. We keep going, registration. Now, I should have taken a picture of the table, but the table on the left side here, I think you can see my mouse. The table on the left side here was full of our name badges on a lanyard, as well as instructions how to connect to Wi-Fi and pull up the web page for this Lexus Escape, because we have us employees. By going to this, of course, we learn all about the car, but we also have all sorts of materials, pamphlets, brochures, comparisons on this website that we have. And so that was kind of the registration process. Refreshments. So once you get checked in, they had a full-on dinner for us. So we had this little lunchroom, delicious salad. Here were some like roasted veggies, delicious. I didn't touch the pasta, but back here you had some meatballs. And there's some Italian sausage with peppers. Here was some sort of baked chicken with a delicious sauce. There's some breadsticks in behind there. And then dessert, you can see underneath this guy's hand that there was some delicious cheesecake, as well as some of the best tiramisu I've ever had. And then I had some delicious coffee afterwards. And the table's very well done. You can see in the background that there was plenty more banners for the new ES. So they did a really good job with that. So this is one of the banners in that room. As you can see, the new F Sport circuit red racing seats, which we'll actually get a real look later. And so when I was done, I finished eating a little bit early. And so they're like, hey, if you want to go check out the cars, they're sitting outside. So I'm like, oh, sweet. So I run outside, and this is how they're lined up when we first got here. So you can see on this right side a 2018 luxury build of ES 350, and then you have the ultra luxury ES 350 over here adjacent to it. We also, as you can see, this is a Mercedes back here. There's also an Acura way back here, and then I think the Infiniti is this one, Q50. So here's a look of the brand new ES. The grill is going to take some time to grow on me, but I think this already looks better, than a lot of the Lexus spindle grills. So I think they did a good job overall. This is also the first time Lexus has implemented the triple beam LED headlights into the lighting display. But if we go back a picture, you can see how this headlight display looks very similar to this one. It's been minimalized a bit and squished down. Now, this ES back here didn't have the triple beam headlights. They still look pretty good though, in my opinion. So here's that luxury, ultra luxury. The sunroof is completely redone compared to the old one. And then here's the F Sport. So this white F Sport was really unique because it didn't have the adjustable dynamic suspension on it. You can see the beautiful spindle grille here. The F Sport has F Sport wheels, but it has F Sport seats, but it didn't have the adaptive suspension. This one was another F Sport in the Nebula Gray. This car looked sick. I loved it. And you can see here, going back another one, it doesn't have the triple beam headlights, right? So here's an F Sport with the dynamic suspension. Same interior. Same, of course, F Sport spindle grille, but it has the triple beam headlights. Looks awesome. Here's another angle of that car. Get a close up on the triple beams. Here's a close up on the non-upgraded headlights. And my guess, guys, my guess is that the triple beam headlights are going to be about a $1,500 upgrade. Are they going to make you see any better? Probably not. They're really, in my opinion, they're just going to be a visual upgrade. I mean, they look really, really nice in the triple beam. So these are the wheels on the Ultra Luxury Edition. These are the wheels on the luxury build of the 2018. So here's the new wheels. Here's the old wheels. These wheels look terrible. We have brand new 2018s on our lot right now, and these wheels clash with just about all the colors. These are the F Sport wheels, and they look, in my opinion, they look a lot like a smaller version of what's on the LS 500 F Sport. So they look really good. Again, here are, this one is on the hybrid, and so it might be what the standard wheel looks like on this car. I'm not quite sure yet. So here's the backside of the F Sport. As you can see, it's completely redesigned. I don't know if I like the spoiler on this car. The previous edition of the ES, the 2018s and earlier, looked really good with the spoiler. Without the spoiler, this car looks really good, and with it, I don't know if it's necessary. Of course, it's not necessary. But here's me peeking through the windows because we hadn't got inside the car yet. You can see how beautiful this car is from the inside. And the F Sport racing wheel, and then you have the circuit red leather. A nice little place here to put your phone and a cup. This might have been the hybrid. Don't quote me on it. Yes, it was. This one was the hybrid. And how I know is that I remember with the Ultra Luxury, but here's kind of what the seats are going to look like. So if you go back to the F Sport, these seats are completely different than these seats. Okay? They're a completely different seat. So obviously color is different, but the seat design is quite a bit different too. This handle here, this is the same handle, guys, you're going to find in an LS 500 as well as an LC 500. So you're getting some high quality handles here, and one of the more budget, I shouldn't say budget friendly, one of the least expensive Lexuses you can buy, at least for now. The NX it can run a little bit cheaper, and then the UX coming out will be a little bit less expensive as well. So let's go on to the next picture. You can see the front here. I mean, this car is just unbelievable what they were able to do with it. And they've only, and this is different. So this is this right here, the steering wheel. It's like a quarter wrapped in wood, and the rest is leather. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't, because some cars I really like the wood here, especially when it comes in bamboo, because the bamboo is really grippy. But on this particular one, they're trying to give you the luxury of the wood as well as the grippiness of the leather. So again, another red interior. This is probably the white F Sport. And then this is our training room. Huge banner here. I'd say that's like 8x8. Then they show the interior of the F Sport, and then just, some more propaganda here. Again, propaganda is not the right word, but you guys know what I mean. Some advertising here on the other side, and this is where they did most of the slideshows and things for the car. So back out to the cars. We spent a little bit of time in there. We separated into teams. My team actually won. We earned the most keys. One of those ways that I helped the team win, is that I got 5 keys for posting on social media. So no one else posted on social media. That was like the first thing I did when I saw these cars. I was super excited. So follow my Instagram if you are not already. F Sport steering wheel, F Sport inspired speedometer that will slide back and forth. Your traction control is now up here, and your sport mode. So traction control is actually over here, and then your drive modes are over here. And everything is kind of pointed towards the driver. All these controls are pointed slightly towards the driver. Your So this is your climate control, radio. So I love how simplified everything is in this car. And then down here you have your heated and ventilated seats, and then you have this huge screen up here. I think it's the 12-inch screen. Don't quote me on that, but it could be an in-between between the 10 and 12, but it looked really big. That's what she said. So this little silver piece here is new for the ES, and it looks pretty good. I like it. They want it to be like a samurai sword, so I'm okay with that. Sport mats. Now these are kind of stained, but this is a pre-production model. So this is one of my coworkers here. I wasn't taking a picture of him. He was loving the ride already. We were in the white F Sport with the non-adaptive suspension, but I was just happy that they put the compass here on the visor, which I think every car should have that. Here in the hybrid, we got in the hybrid. You can see the EV mode here. But I just kind of like this cup holder. It looks like it's adjustable. I didn't really mess with it much. So long story short, I like the hybrid the most. The non-hybrid has, like, I don't know, probably like 85 more horsepower, give or take a few. But the car, even with the naturally aspirated engine with 302 horsepower, in my opinion, it's still not that fast. So I actually liked how they implemented everything on the screen here. So this is your digital cluster right here. I think I have it in sport mode, right? Because you can see the white and then the red. And then you see your energy monitor. So it'll tell you what's feeding the wheels. I don't know if I got a picture of the battery feeding the wheels, and you can see I'm doing 11 miles an hour and it's all battery fed. So, but yeah, lots of information up here. And this is the normal speedometer here. Okay, this is when I put it in sport mode. All right, so the ultra luxury, as well as this hybrid, has a heads-up display with the compass on it and the speedometer. So that's something new for the ES, is a heads-up display, and I think you're going to start seeing it on many Lexus vehicles. So it's a great little upgrade for the car, absolutely. Okay, so back to the hybrid one. I think I just wanted to show you what it looked like in sport mode if I hadn't already, which I did. Back to the eco mode here. And then, so I believe this is still, this might be in the ultra luxury model. Don't quote me though. But you can see here that for the first time in the ES, we have a 360 camera. So people have been asking that from us on our sedans. Our LS has it, but that's the only sedan that does. So now with the new ES, you're going to be able to have that as an option. And it works really well, by the way. Here I am. So this is actually in the back of the Acura. I just wanted to take some pictures of some of what the other cars looked like. Acura wasn't bad. The interior wasn't terrible, but the car was pretty uninspiring overall. There is another look of the Acura. The double screen. You have your navigation up top and the touch screen down below. Here's we have the doors open, so you can see how bright this leather is. It wasn't even sunny, it was a cloudy day. So this leather is absolutely stunning. I don't know if this leather will look like this color 10 years from now, but man, when it's this fresh, it is striking. I don't know if I would ever, I mean, it looks great. These seats are unbelievable. They're super comfortable. They're very supportive. I don't know if I would ever jump for this. I like the more luxurious model with the heads-up display, which you might be able to get in the F Sport. Don't rule that out, but I would get the hybrid, because in the F Sport it's still the same engine as a normal naturally aspirated ES 350. Here's the inside of the competitor, the Mercedes. It's like a 300. I don't know my Mercedes that well. They have so many models that I don't even care to keep track. This car I disliked quite a bit. The only thing I liked about this car is the amount of torque. It had a turbocharged 4-cylinder. I think it was a 2-liter. And the torque on it was intoxicating from like 0 to 40. And then the engine kind of fell flat after that. So you get this great sense of acceleration for the first 40-45 miles per hour. And then after that, it really trails off hard. I like the steering wheel. The seats were okay. but it took me like a minute to figure out how to put this car into park. So you remember your old Dodge minivan or your old Ford Taurus that had the gear shifter on the column? Guess what? Mercedes put the gear shifter on the column for no reason. There's no reason to do that other than just to be different. And Mercedes like, oh, I want to be different. Let's put, aluminum trim over everything, and let's include this little mouse pad with this little dial underneath that you can oddly put your hands around while still keeping your hand on the touchpad, which kind of ruins the whole purpose of the thing. This is the issue I have with the German automakers. They over-engineer. They make things more complicated than they need to be, and their interiors are not very welcoming, in my opinion. There's just too much crap. It's clutter. That's what I would call most of the German automakers are the luxury ones. There's clutter in their cars, and I don't like it. So here, again, so I like the clock, right? Not bad, not bad, not bad. But this is a little ridiculous just for some vents. And then here's a screen that just pops out. It's kind of like it's floating. Then you have this shiny aluminum piece behind it. I like the traditional gauges. I'll give it that. I appreciate that. But I also like where digital gauges come in and the flexibility of the digital gauge. But you can see here, and this has a really crappy paddle shifters, by the way. But you can see this is how you put the car in reverse, neutral, drive, park, etc. You press this little button here to put it into park, which is neither here or there. I already told you how I feel about it. This is how you adjust the seat. What's funny about this, so this little headrest thing, on my side, it would slide up and it would slide down to adjust the height of the headrest. But my passenger, he couldn't get it to work. So I don't know if it was broken or just did not have adjustable headrest to move it up and down. But your heated seat buttons here. But yeah, you adjust the seat on the door instead of the side of the seat. So it's different. It's very different. I'm not a big fan of it. Like, just get this out. We don't need to see these buttons at all times. This is normal to put the memory seats here, but putting your seat adjustability is kind of weird here, and it's not needed. Just put it out of the way. It doesn't need to be seen at all times. At least it had a 360 camera. I just noticed that. I didn't play with it much. Parking assist, lane keep assist, some sort of steering assist there. It has different driving modes. This is that touchpad I was talking about. It's just odd. Nothing about this car felt very natural, coming from normal cars like a Honda. It's pretty easy to figure out how to drive a Honda. Toyota, super easy. Lexus, super easy to figure out how to drive and just use the user interface. And then here's just another picture of the steering wheel. So we're back in the ES now, and you can see in the back they finally listen to their customers. Hey, we want USBs in the back. Hey, we want more connectivity. Give us a 12 volt as well. Well, now you have it. It's back there. So I thought this was interesting. And I'll try to zoom in. Here we go. Zoom in for you guys. This is a tablet holster. So gone are the days of screens on the back of the car that are built in. Gone are those days. Why? Because tablets are so cheap and they're portable, and they can do more than those infotainment systems of the 2000s where it was fixed. You had to plug something into it just for it to work, and then connectivity was always awkward as well with remotes and things like that. Now with the touchscreen, iPads, your Samsung tablets, even your Amazon tablets, you can just put it into this holster. I don't know. It's even a Lexus branded. I didn't even know. So you guys see that at the top. Real quick. But this is cool. This is cool. I like what they're doing, and they're doing what I've been wanting them to do since I've been trashing their current implementation of screens in their car. Here we have the same LS LC 500 handle in the back. And then you have your Mark Levinson system, which is going to, of course, be in the Ultra Luxury. Ultra Luxury has this nice bamboo trim. I better zoom out. Okay, next picture. Nice bamboo trim. This is what the door looks like on the Ultra Luxury. And you have these striations here on the armrest of the door. And so this is the first time that I've ever noticed, or 100% sure it's never been implemented in ES before. You have a rear sunshade in the Ultra Luxury, which is completely baller. Huge fan. This is a new panoramic sunroof, and finally, guys, we have a real panoramic sunroof. I wish they didn't have this huge bar there. They'll eventually get rid of that, maybe a generation or two from now. That's 5-10 years from now, right? But this is just one big piece that covers the entire roof. So in the 2018 ES and the 2017 ES that has a panoramic sunroof, you have to manually open the back here. So you have to have someone probably sitting in the back to open up this. Now it's just one big piece that fits over the entire area here that's all automated. So finally it's a true panoramic sunroof. And, you know, except for this bar here, I would give this, you know, like a B plus implementation because this bar is so huge. If this thing was maybe half the size, it would get an A plus. But this is my buddy here, my coworker. He was just showing you guys the ability to lean the car seat all the way back. Isn't this crazy? I don't know if I've ever seen this in a car before. You can put the seat all the way back on the seat behind it if your passenger wants to take a nap. Just know that the seatbelt's not going to do much. If you get in a wreck, you're probably just going to nail your knees into the dash there. But hey, it's worth it if you need to take a nap. Here's just, you know, on the luxury, you can see the bamboo all the way on the door and across to the dash. And you see how well the screen now flows. The GS, the current GS, is kind of set into the dash, which I like. But this looks really good as well. Where the RX right now, it kind of just like sticks out like a sore thumb up here. But this does really well. It doesn't get in the way of your visibility. So this guy's eyes are right here, right? So he's looking down. This is not getting in the way of his vision at all. So they put it in a perfect position for that screen. Just another quality thing here is that we were driving to our test area for the test drive, and they have a nice little Lexus pylon here. Hey, you Lexus guys, follow the pylon, even though we were in a train. So here's the course. I'm not going to detail it too much because I'll actually show you a video clip of it. And this is where it finished. Now there's a tent here, and I'll explain what we were doing here. There's also a tent to the right of this lady a little bit, where she kind of detailed the manufacturing process of what the workers do, or just a small portion of what the workers do when they assemble this car. She had a full like 4-inch binder of all the quality control procedures that an employee needs to go through for like a 4-minute installation process of like these washers and bolts. So the attention to detail in building a Lexus is second to none. I don't care, even if it's a Rolls Royce. I would be impressed if Rolls Royce or Bentley even had the attention to detail that Lexus has their employees employ while they're doing their work. A 4-inch binder of a bunch of checks and balances to make sure if they mess up, it'll explain what will mess up and how it'll affect the customer. And each little thing is something as small as forgetting to put a washer on there or forgetting to tighten the bolt all the way on the dash. It's quite unbelievable the level of detail and precision the workers go through. She then passed around a door sill, a Lexus aluminum door sill that you put right when you open the door, you look down and there it says Lexus, that's aluminum. She passed that around, and one that didn't meet inspection. Only one person out of the 20 of us could see the imperfection, and that was with an arrow already pointing to the area where the imperfection was. I couldn't see it. The only way you can see it is in a certain reflection of light, and it was just the smallest little dents inside that aluminum panel. So these cars are built to perfection in every sense of the word, in every single possible way that's humanly possible. These cars are built to perfection. So back to this here. Of course, we have the competitors. These fit. Okay, so the Lexus has the best in-class trunk space and the most practicality, meaning you can just throw crap in there and it's going to fit. Where some of these other cars, you had to finagle them or move one sideways to get it in there. And then one of my buddies here, he was just demonstrating the kick sensor. So if your hands are full, you just kick your leg underneath The car, try not to kick the car, but it usually happens anyways, and the trunk will open for you. This was after our Apple CarPlay and Alexa, Amazon Alexa training, but I just liked how the cars were lined up. And so this is the ultra luxury one here. We have an F Sport here in the Nebula Gray. This is the Silver Lining Metallic color. F Sport again, this just look really good. And this is the end of the event. Me and my buddy here, the one that was reclining in the seat, our group won, and so we got these nice little presents, which I feel like they should have given to everyone, and maybe given us like an Amazon Echo Dot or something for winning. I think everyone should have got this. So it looks like a shoebox, right? You open it up. There's an F Sport speaker, like a little Bluetooth speaker, and an F Sport battery bank, which is cool. Oh, and that's all inside of this F Sport lunchbox. So pretty cool there. And here is the video I'm going to play for you guys. And that will probably sum it up. So the yellow, that's when you start braking. The red is where you should be braked by. And then coming around here, green means hit it hard. So they wanted us to hit it hard around the corner, then slam on the brakes mid-corner just to see how the car felt. The car handles unbelievable, if you were wondering. The car handles great for a front-wheel drive car. I couldn't have made any more adjustments. Like, we drove the 2018, and that thing had so much body roll. That thing was flying around. It was pretty fun to drive, the 2018, but the 2019 definitely performed way better. The 2018 was fun because it just kind of floated around, which is this car right here. It floated around because it didn't have the stiffer suspension. So that thing had tons of body roll and it's just flying into the corners, squealing the wheels. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little slideshow I put together for you. If you have any questions about the upcoming 2019 ES350, just put it down below. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and please subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.